What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to RC Overload. Miss me? Oh, hope everybody is doing great so far this winter. The weather, as you can see, is absolutely gorgeous, besides the fact that there's no leaves on the trees yet. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Today, you guys, I have decided to take out a truck that you guys haven't seen in a while, and that we really haven't done much on. Today I brought out the ECX Barrage, right? You guys remember the build that I did on this thing, putting in a whole bunch of stuff to, improve on it, so to speak. Well, the reason why you guys actually haven't seen much of this truck is due to the fact that we ran into a little bit of an issue. My son and I decided to take this truck out a few weeks ago to test it out here, out on this same trail that we're at today. And come to find out, we actually ran into a steering issue. Everything else on the truck is great, works awesome. However, we kept running into the issue where if you turn the steering just even a little bit to the left or right, it would end up locking up. It would lock up in that direction and stay that way, unless you physically took your hand and turned the wheel, and then it would come back to normal. So the only solution that I actually ended up finding on this was that because the steering servo is pushed out a little bit too far forward, because it has to bypass the springs, because this is the original Barrage where the springs are on the inside of the frame. So in order to actually make it work, they used a smaller steering servo, not a micro, but a shorter steering servo. But I ended up putting a full size in there, so I had to push my steering servo forward a little bit in order to make it work. But because I pushed it forward a little bit, that's where the problem lies, because it doesn't have the full power to turn the wheels. And especially with the wheels now being aluminum and they have those extra weights on the back side of the wheels from Proline Racing, the wheel weights, that's where the issue is. It's just too much weight, not enough force being applied to it, so it would lock up. It wasn't able to come back. Even though that steering servo is a strong servo, especially for crawling, the linkage itself just was not at the proper angle for it to get the most amount of push and pull out of the steering. Except I'm pretty sure I got it all figured out now. I ended up putting on a different servo horn onto the front of that thing in order to kind of get the steering linkage back into its proper position. So we're gonna try today and actually see how well it works. So far, from what I can tell, just from the few 2-minute walk down to where I am, seems to be holding up pretty good. Haven't had any issues. But let's head up the trail here and see actually how well this new setup is. All right, so far, so good. Haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. But to show you guys the issue that I was kind of having before, if you take a look at this rock that I'm in front of here. Okay, so if I came up at this like this, and then I turn the wheels all the way to the passenger side, right, to the right, and I would come up this, the wheels would stay locked in this position, even if I let the steering wheel go. However, when I let the steering wheel go now, the wheels actually come back to center. So, to show you guys on this, you guys can see, I'll try to brighten it up some more. I ended up replacing this piece right here. and then moving the linkage behind it instead of being in front of it. Whereas before I had a different one and the linkage was in front of it. So it still has a pretty severe angle to it in order to get to the hub here. However, with this setup that I got going on, it doesn't seem to really be much of an issue. I know, a little crooked, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. So let's see if we can finish getting over this. It's empty. That's not good. Only like halfway through the trail and it's already empty. Alright guys, well, that pretty much wraps it up for me today. I went down the trail a little bit further and unfortunately I didn't find anything worthwhile. Like I was saying before, there's not much around here, but I make do with what I have and I'm still able to entertain you guys. So, with that being said, I think this was a successful run with the ECX Barrage. No issues whatsoever, no binding in the steering at all, so I think I'm pretty good as far as that's concerned. And just in case some of you guys were wondering, trying to watch where I'm driving while filming here, in case you guys were wondering what I'm using as far as setups in this, in case you guys didn't watch the build series, the brushed motor and the ESC are both still stock. I'm running a 2S LiPo battery in it, stock receiver, Hobby Star, steering servo, Proline tires, wheels and wheel weights, Proline light bars, and a Proline body. I'll post all the links to everything down below. Feel free to check those out. Anything Proline related, if you guys want to order it from Proline's website, there's a 10% coupon also down below in the description. Just make sure you use coupon code RCOverload10 and you'll save yourself 10% at checkout. How cool is that? I'm off to go take a picture for the thumbnail here and go pick up my son from school and then go edit this for you. So, all right guys, thank you so much for watching, sticking around. I know it was a long winter, but we're back making videos, should be, weather permitting. You know, because this hobby is surrounded a lot by the weather. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time on the next RC Overload. Later. This is top speed. Woo! Getting that workout today. Except I could totally run faster than this thing. I'm just holding myself back. Go girl, go. Go girl, go. It's like Baja racing. I'm doing this